Key West Island House is sued by a woman over access. A Florida Keys woman says she is the victim of discrimination after being denied a stay at an all-male clothing optional resort geared towards gay and bisexual men in Key West. But the story is all kinds of messy and stems from 2 previous incidents. According to a complaint filed to the Florida Commission on Human Relations against the Island House Key West Resort, state resident Amina Chaudhry claims the business has a discriminatory policy that caters to male patronage over women, and she is seeking to have the policy reversed. Representing herself during an administrative hearing about the complaint, Chaudhry said she is seeking no monetary damages and only wishes to have any court costs and legal fees incurred covered by the resort's owners. But the plot thickens. According to the owners of Island House Key West, women are allowed and encouraged to stay at the resort. There are separate apartment units available for this purpose. However, Chaudhry was one of many non-guests at the resort who were asked to leave after the end of a Pride fundraising event held at its pool, and the resort returned to a clothing optional dress code. The owner explained that Chaudhry was asked to leave because she was not a guest at the resort, not because she is a woman. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I do think there are instances where what's in policy written down might not reflect what's going on in practice. Like, oh, we might be welcome to all, but when you show up at a place, there's definitely a similarity and you might not fit that, and you might not feel welcome. But that's not, I think, what the courts are meant to be used for. If it's an actual practice of repeatedly asking people to leave despite being open to everyone, that's when we get involved with civil rights. I don't think that, again, I wasn't there. I don't know, but
I think from my seat, and when this news came up, I realized, wait, I'm not as familiar with what the legal stance is that I should be. I have experience at Sawmill. I've been to the Island House and stayed at the Island House many, many, many times. My first reaction was, wait, if it was an all-women's resort, I would cheer an all-women's resort. First off, I'm sorry that there isn't an all-women's resort in Key West like there used to be. But I think if women are comfortable and they want a safe space in a guest house, they should be able to do that. And far be it from me to impede or impinge on the privacy that they would like. I would wish that it went both ways. Now, whether it is a technical legal justification, I don't know that. The line that I believe of the hair split here is that you can stay at the property, but the nature of the pool and clothing optional is you're not a guest of that resort, and I believe that that's the hair that's being split. Mm-hmm. Now, the end ramifications of that I don't know. So those are my 2 observations to it. My experience is with Sawmill. And with Sawmill, when we purchased it in 2010 and made it a co-op, where it was a shareholder purchase, buying it away from 2 straight owners, we had 3 dedicated women's weekends a year. And while we did not exclude men, we made it very clear it's inappropriate for you to be at the pool, and we would appreciate it if you wouldn't, but we didn't ban you. And vice versa, women are welcome anytime beyond the 3 weekends. And so Sawmill, I believe, is handling it differently than the Island House.
If I may, the distinction, again, of women and men, it leaves open a gray area for non-binary individuals, people who might not fit, people who are gender fluid, non-conforming. And really just being open to everyone is, I think you can try to say, hey, this is generally, if this is the vibe you want, this weekend is for you. But again, to really put people in boxes is where we get into issues.
That's actually what I was gonna say as well, because I myself am a non-binary person, and if I were to go to a woman's resort, for example, they'd be like, what are you doing here? And if I go to a men's, they'd be like, what are you doing here? And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll just go in a corner or something. So I am very happy that there are these spaces in existence, mm-hmm. because it's such a beautiful thing to see, but at the same time it also puts into the question who is able to go to these spaces or not.
Yes, and to cock blocker and party pooper, Ms. Chaudhry, we say, sashay away, hunty.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.